Hi everyone, welcome back. I've missed you. I have a quick little announcement before I get to the video, and that is that I'm doing a painting giveaway. It is going to be either a geode or an oceanscape. So you can win one of these. If you are the winner, you get to choose whichever painting that you want, and the way you enter is on my Instagram at Diankapors. You can look me up, and the instructions to enter are on there. Okay, let's get to the video. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Diana, otherwise known as Diankapors, and today I'm going to be reviewing Mas Epoxy's resin and art supplies from Laura's Art Corner. Some of you may already know, but I switched over from Promarine epoxy resin to Mas Epoxy's. I'm going to use their flag resin, which I've actually never used before, so I'm going to experiment. I have tried Mas Epoxy's tabletop, and I love it. They've also formulated an Art Pro resin. They've added this to their line. This epoxy is created for artists who play with epoxy resin like I do. My plan for today is to create a painting with their tabletop resin and show you how beautifully their resin performs. My other plan is to create a pyramid mold out of their flag resin. So you might be wondering, why don't you just create the pyramid mold with the tabletop resin? Well, what makes this resin special is that you can completely customize how fast it hardens. Let me explain. This is their part A, this is the resin. A way to activate it is to mix it with part B, which is the hardener. Now their hardeners come with different work times. There's the slow, they have a medium, and they have a fast. Or you can just get the slow and the fast and create a medium out of them. The reason why this is so cool is that for a pyramid like this, you do them in layers, and in order to do the second layer, you have to wait a full day for your resin to cure in order to pour over it again. Otherwise, your resin is wet and you're mixing colors and it'll just be one puddle in your mold. This is the mold that I'm talking about, so if you pour one color and if you don't wait long enough and you go ahead and pour another color, those two colors are going to blend in your mold. So you want to allow every single layer to harden. That could take about a week or more. This pyramid has about 16 layers, so this would have taken me 16 days to create. And I want to see if I can create a pyramid just in one day using this resin. I have never done this before. I have no idea how it's going to turn out, so fingers crossed. The colors that I'm going to be using to mix into my epoxy resin are going to be from Laura's Art Corner. She also sent over some really cool glitters, so I'm going to try and incorporate that in my mold. She has a huge selection online on pigment paste, mica powders, sparkles, and so on, so I highly recommend checking her out. She is where I buy my Angel White pigment paste from. You might have heard me rave about this pigment paste once or twice. That is the brand that I use to give me amazing sales in all my artwork. If you want any coupon codes and you want to buy Mas Epoxys through their website, you can use my coupon code Diankapors to get 20% off your order, or you can buy their epoxy off of their Amazon. I have an Amazon link below. I also have a section that says tools and materials, which pretty much shows you all the materials I use when it comes to gloves, MDF board, my blowtorch, heat gun, respirator. In that list, I've also included all of the materials that I use for my geodes and oceanscapes. Before I get started in the video, I also want to mention that I've created a Basics of Resin course, which is basically my 4 years of resin art condensed in a 2-hour course. I teach the fundamentals of resin, and I go in depth about every little detail of resin so you can apply it, and tips and techniques that I've never shared before. I also walk you through how to create a painting from A to Z. When it goes from cutting the board, prepping the board, hanging the board, pouring on the board, cleaning up the board. I've included everything that I possibly could in this course. The link to my course and all of these products are in the bio. Let's get started. This is the mold that I'm using. And to get started, we're going to mix 2 parts resin and 1 part hardener. Mas Epoxy sells a fast, medium, and slow hardener, which is basically just you being able to tell the amount of time that the resin will take to cure. So you can buy a fast setting hardener, a slow setting hardener, or a medium setting hardener. So a little trick is to buy the fast and the slow so you can mix them together and make a medium. So what I'm doing right here is that exact same thing. Is I just marked a random spot on my cup and I filled it up with the fast hardener. Now I'm going to fill up that same amount of the slow hardener. and I am mixing them together in 1 cup. So this right here is technically a medium hardener. So if that right there was 1 part hardener, now I need 2 parts resin. So I'm going to fill up to that spot 4 times to get that measurement correct. Since I filled it up twice with the hardener, I need to double it for the resin, so I'm gonna do it 4 times. Also, sorry for the little antennas, that is my respirator. And now we just mix them. I also want to mention that your mixture doesn't have to be as complicated as I just made it. I just wanted to show how you make a medium, but essentially all you need is 1 part hardener and then double that for the resin. So if it's 1 cup hardener, you could do 2 cups resin. That is all. Now what I'm doing is I am just pouring my resin in a separate cup and adding some peacock sparkles because I want glitter to be my first layer. And of course we have a knuckle covering the view, but I just poured it in there. Nothing crazy. Ta-da! I had some leftover resin, so I grabbed a second pyramid mold and I poured it all in there. So I was going to wait half an hour before checking in on my pyramid mold, but I had this brilliant idea. You have to hear me out. Okay, so I make glitter lines for my paintings, my geode paintings. And I have to wait a full 24 hours for these glitter lines to cure before I can do detail work with a paintbrush and then flood it with clear resin and then finish that painting. So I thought, what if I do the glitter lines with this flag resin, this fast drying flag resin, and I can just wait half an hour and then do detail work and then flood the painting and be done with it in 1 day versus 2 days. So this is what we're trying right here. Okay, it's been an hour and the resin is rock hard. If I were to use a tabletop epoxy or any regular epoxy, it would still be super gooey, but I can literally tap on the resin. Hold on, let me show you. And this whole idea is revolutionary. Usually when I do the glitter lines, I have to wait 24 hours before doing a flood coat, but look at this. I can wait 1 hour and finish my paintings. How insane is that? Okay, anyways, I'm done geeking out. I'm ready for the second layer. This is what this looks like. Okay, wow. I am excited. Okay, so I'm flooding my painting. I forgot to do paint like lines with a paintbrush because I got so excited and way ahead of myself. So I was supposed to get a marker and draw some things, but I did the flood coat anyways. These are sparkle diamonds. I got them from Laura's Art Corner, so I wanted to test them out and put them in my little druzy area and show you how sparkly they get. Anyways, let's get back on track, Diana. I'm just making another batch for my pyramid, and this time I am just using the fast hardener. I'm trying to see the amount of time it takes for that one to harden. I'm using pigment paste from Laura's Art Corner in the in the color Sapphire Blue. You can see I barely need any because it is so pigmented. I'm checking to see if my cup is warm, and I can feel it already heating up, which means it started its curing process, which means it looks like I have a 10-minute window to work with this, so I immediately started pouring. This mixture is just using the slow hardener. Now what I want to do is I want to switch over and create a painting with Mas Epoxy's tabletop resin. I just recently changed to this brand from Permarine. It was kind of giving me some headaches and some issues, so I switched over to this brand and I really like them. So I am going to create a painting with their tabletop resin using Laura's pigments. I'm gonna use her sapphire blue, turquoise blue, angel white, and this iridescent jade. I also want to introduce this new pigment to my line. It is my sterling silver. I'll be using this for the painting. For anybody wondering what my line consists of, I also have my rustic gold, my antique gold, which the bag has clearly taken a beating. This one is my bronze. This one's also a new addition. Every single one of these float to the top after you apply heat. It has a really cool reflective effect. I want to show you how that looks with my new silver color.
I wanted to show you how my druzy ended up looking like for my geode when I used Dolores Art Corner Sparkle Diamonds paired with my cubic zirconias. So here's the process for that. In my backyard with my artwork, and I'm going to be doing an unmolding of these pyramids. I do want to show you how this painting turned out. This is it. You can also see the quality of the Moss Epoxy's tabletop resin just by looking at the way that it shines in the sunlight. It's a very clean, glossy coat. Moss Epoxies is very easy to work with. So if you're on the hunt for resin and you're looking for a brand that works, I do recommend Moss Epoxies. I also like the idea with the flag resin and how the layers will dry in about 40 minutes to an hour, which is really cool, especially when you're doing geode work. I was not planning to put those lines down, but the idea came to me last minute, and so it's kind of genius. It hardened pretty quickly, so I was able to get my next layer in that same day. Let's get to the unmolding.
Rock solid. I'm not very good at making pyramid molds in general. This is probably about my second or third one that I've ever made, but the functionality of it hardened completely. It works. So if you wanted to create a mold in one day, this is a really cool idea. All right, we have our second one. 20 years later. We got this one out too, so cute. So if you're interested in Massepoxy's flag resin for their quick crafts, or their tabletop resin for some artwork, I have a link below to buy their resin on Amazon, or you can buy it off their website for 20% off and free shipping using my code JANKAPORES. Also, if you're interested in using any of Lorez pigments from Laura's Art Corner, you can go ahead and take 10% off your order using my code DIANKA10. The link for that will all be in the description below, as well as the link to my course. Don't forget, if you are interested in learning how to do resin art, I have a full course that explains absolutely everything that you need to know about resin art. I also take you through a pouring tutorial, and I explain how to pour something similar to this. I made the steps super easy so anybody can follow along. So I have that available to you. It's already a pre-recorded course. All you have to do is sign up and you can watch it at any time that you want. It's up there indefinitely. I won't be taking it down, so you can return to it whenever you want and rewatch the lessons that I have on there at your own pace. The link to my course is in the description below. I've gotten a lot of positive feedback, so I think you'll enjoy it. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and a great rest of your week, and I hope you're enjoying this beautiful weather. That is a bird feeder. I just realized that was in the viewfinder. My dad made a bird feeder. So that's what that is. Okay, anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Don't forget to enter to win a painting on my Instagram. Just head over to DIANKAPORES and you can be the winner of one of these 2 paintings. Alright, I love you guys. I know I already signed off, but I'm signing off again. Until next time. Bye.